Salute, brothers and sisters. Let's talk about food. There is a warrior diet. I'm resigning to the warrior's path after almost a year of break and different priorities, because my son was born and then we transitioned to the Kraftalp and we've been building the Kraftalp. And I see Kraftalp is one aspect of this project here is that it's turning into a sanctuary for the warrior monk. And for now, I'm living here, training, and can now realign with that path and to strengthen, to deepen that commitment once again. So here I am, and I want to share some insights I received through different books related to the warrior diet. Because I believe that aligning yourself to a very clear and potent behavior of nurturing you through food is important. Because either you poison yourself with food, you strengthen yourself with food. Either it's something that is toxic for your body, for your system, or it is medicine. There are two options. And of course, with food, it's never black and white. Sometimes we have to balance things out. We don't know if it's always the best choice. But in the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's just important that we have a good and solid and bulletproof foundation. So the warrior diet, the slogan of the warrior diet is eat like a warrior, live like a king. But not in the sense of a king with the nose high above, but in the sense that you are a child of God and it is your birthright to have all the happiness, all the fulfillment, all the blessings, all the joy, all the strength, all the love, all the light, all the freedom. We want all of that. But in order to receive those many blessings that our Creator have designed for us, we need to be sharp. We need to earn them. We need to choose with intention, with purpose, and with, wisdom is the right word. So, how is the warrior diet? How does it work? First, we need to strike away what does not serve us, and we know it. For example, we start with no sugar. Strike it all out. Cut it out. Throw it into the garbage. That's where it belongs. Second, no carbs. Because we know carbs eventually turn into sugar. Fries your brain. Sends out dopamine. Too much. So, we're gonna cut out carbs like bread and all wheats, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, all the grains and wheats, we cut them out, we throw them out of the kitchen. And what is then left? There is a third element, is really important. We want to strike it out, and that's milk products like cheese and yogurt, milk. Strike it all out. Not only you will save a lot of harm to animals and abusing the animals, over abusing them, but as well we are going to just cleanse the vessel. We know that milk can be a toxic thing, especially in today's world, because it's not the raw and pure milk from the goat behind your house, but rather it's the milk from thousands and thousands of cows thrown together. Some of them are maybe on antibiotics, or it's just a mix, and then it's heated up, and it's so far from nature that it is poison. And we want to stick with that principle of nature is our foundation, it's the foundation of life, and we want to reconnect to nature through our food. It's one way of deeply reconnecting. And the warrior diet is all about finding the whole foods again, vegetables, fruits, but maybe not the high sugar fruits, because if you start to eat bananas and all that will fry your brain again. So better berries. There are lots of good things in berries, but less sugar. Be careful with the fruits. But we want to consume them in the whole fruits, whole vegetables. Then meat. Yes, we need the meat. As a warrior, we need to fuel us with proteins, with strength. We're going to bless the meat before we eat it. We're going to choose meat that comes from organic farms, that is treated well through its entire life, that was grass-fed, that experienced sunlight and all that. Ideally, wild animals who've been eating things from the wilderness. That would be the best, like a deer. I was a couple months ago was buying a deer from the hunter next door, and it's still in the fridge. I still can nurture my body and soul from that deer. And every time I eat it, I pray and I give thanks. So this soul of the animal is honored. The life of the animal is deeply cherished. That's important. Never eat meat out of the slaughterhouse. Sometimes you cannot avoid it, but don't eat the meat that is cheap, where we know the animals had a very poor life and the animals by themselves were injected with poisons. Yeah, we don't want that. We cannot accept that. So choose the purest form of meat and honor it before you eat. Bless it before you eat it. And that's basically it. We're gonna eat vegetables, we're gonna eat fruits, we're gonna eat meat. Of course, then we have nuts and seeds in a bunch of varieties. We have oil. Coconut oil is very powerful. We're gonna take supplements like vitamin D3 and vitamin 2 and omega-3, of course, as well. So we're gonna take supplements, omega-3, we're gonna take vitamin D, we're gonna take, I love curcuma and ingwer, I drink some herbal teas. So there are many more supplements that can be powerful and potent, but we want to reprogram the body to take its energy from, so we are moving into ketosis. We want to transition from running on sugar and carbs, transitioning to keto, because it's more like the ancestors, like our ancestors lived. It's like reactivating our primal DNA, our integratedness, integration into nature. And yeah, it's very powerful. That's a short introduction into the warrior diet. And part of it is, of course, that we're going to do intermittent fasting. It's a big part. So we start eating at 9 or whatever it is for you. We're going to have a window of 8 hours. In my case, it's till 5 o'clock, and then I stop eating. But what I drink in the morning and in the evening, that's a very powerful thing. It's a bone brewed tea. So I have a bone brew, put it in, and I love to put in as well some coconut oil, mix it up in hot water and just slowly drink it. Fuels you, strengthens you enormously. Yeah, but as I want to be very transparent, I researched the foundation of the warrior diet, but I'm on day 1. Of course, the warrior diet by itself is very powerful, I believe, but it will be tested now for the next 30 days, and I love to keep you up to date. What is happening, how the transition from carb to keto feels like, and what are the benefits, what is the downside, what is the experience all about. I will bring you along. I share gladly. And of course, as a spiritual warrior, the food is the foundation, but then the meditation, the cold water, the breath work, the prayer, it all needs to come together. Okay, but this, I will build now the warrior's blueprint, a spiritual warrior guide and workbook where we can talk about that deeply and how to really commit and implement them. And all this is for one purpose, to reveal the light of the Creator, to reveal the light of the soul. Then we can truly experience the blessing of life and serve in a most beautiful, most intense and joyful way. With this, let's do it. Aho, and talk soon.